I initially met Kevin about 2 years ago when we first started talking to him about a brand new theatre, which was the Wimpole Theatre. It was as a result of a cold call from one of our account managers who I went along with to support from a technical point of view. And basically the relationship started from there, just talking about how we would run the project, what we would do and how we would do it. The Wimpole Theatre was, there was a lot of brand new equipment that was put in that we'd, as an integrator, we'd not seen or specifically used before. So there was obviously some risk involved in that. But by the time the Wimpole Theatre was finished, we'd sort of learnt most of the flaws of the various bits of equipment and been through firmware upgrades to fix issues that we'd found, things like that. So by that time we were much more confident and it was a lot more straightforward. It wasn't a carbon copy because it's an existing theatre which was all analogue, and they basically wanted to upgrade to a new digital system. So it was a phased upgrade. So initially we did the audio upgrade, so where we pulled out all of their old analogue audio, DAs and amps and things that were failing after many years of use. Put in the new Biamp to zero system, which is what we'd put into the Wimpole Theatre, but that allowed us to connect the two systems together so that I can easily send feeds backwards and forwards. We already have a long-standing relationship with Biamp, and we were very familiar with the AudioFlex product, and the Zero is their latest product, sort of big brother as it were. And the AudioFlex and the Zero systems, once you reach a certain scale, the Zero system actually becomes cheaper per channel than the AudioFlex system. Because of this is probably the biggest Biamp Zero system in Europe, it made sense to go with that product, and it gave Kevin the flexibility to expand the system in the future when they upgrade all their other facilities. The second phase was the video and control upgrade. So again, it made sense to use the same technology from a failure point of view, interfaces. Again, new AMX panoramic touch panel for multiple technicians to use simultaneously. So there's nothing else really on the market that would do that. Everyone was already very happy with the Lightware Matrix. They did one that was big enough to cope with future expansion. So it just made sense to keep it as similar as possible. We do larger projects than this from a financial point of view, but from my personal point of view as a technical designer, I was heavily involved in this project from the start right all the way through to the end, and even beyond with little bits of support. So I think from a prestigious point of view, it's been really, really good, and the exposure that the RSM have had with these facilities has been great. For me personally, yeah, it's been a really fantastic project to work on. Certainly having Kevin's support as the client in the design teams was a great help, because as the lowly AV guy in a room, AV is usually at the bottom of the list of priorities. Having the client there actually saying, no, stop, this is what I want, this is how it should be, then that's a big help.